You are now watching the Biz to Biz podcast with Alan and Justin.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Justin, live from B2B Vault, the Biz to Biz podcast, sponsored by Nationwide Payment Systems, hosted by this guy, the daredevil of payment processing himself, Alan Kopelman. What's up, bro?
Payment processing, news, all kinds of crazy stuff going on in the world.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting locked up.
Fighting crimes for the payment processors, chargebacks. That's why I called you daredevil.
Okay. Yeah, we got to fight. You know, merchants have to fight off the fraud.
Yeah.
It's getting out of, fraud's getting out of hand, not just for, on the merchant side, but also for us of the amount of people trying to obtain a merchant account with a stolen identity. It's just out of control.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to somebody yesterday about it. Said out of every 100 applications they get, less than 10 are real. 90% are people trying to pull a scam.
I can dig it, man. I'm ready to pull some scams.
I'm ready to pull some scams. And let's see what else is going on. Happy Gilmore 2's, they're filming, and they announced Travis Kelce as a cameo.
Who's that?
He was the tight end guy. He's the tight end on Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh.
So
No,
apparently.
I don't.
Okay. He's the one dating.
Go Brewers, bro.
Okay.
Why are we talking about football again?
I don't know. We're talking about Happy Gilmore.
I know why we're talking about football, because you don't want to talk about baseball because the Marlins suck. So Happy Gilmore is back.
Yeah, Happy Gilmore is back in the whatever. The WNBA is in the playoffs season. Indiana Fever are out. Caitlin Clark's
Another
playoff.
thing I don't follow.
Okay. Well, she had a record-setting season, but they lost 2 games to the Connecticut Sun.
Shout out to the Connecticut Sun.
So they're out of the playoffs. Listen, Caitlin Clark set I don't even know.
I'm just hating.
She broke a whole bunch of records. Nobody should be hating on Caitlin
Man,
Clark.
I don't give a shit about Caitlin Clark's beating records in the WNBA.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't. I really don't. I just don't. I don't follow the WNBA.
Well, I never followed it either.
I'm not a fan.
I followed her from college. It was, my Iowa connection. So
I hear you.
She's from Iowa. And then, got P. Diddy trying to get out of jail. Now the mayor of New York is in jail. You hear about that?
Yeah, we heard about that.
That's kind of crazy. But the other thing, this is something, a story that I started following because there was this woman named Vani Hari. Have you ever heard of her? No. So she has this website called foodbabe.com. And, food has kind of been in the news a little bit with RFK talking about food and food safety. And she was before Congress the other day testifying about why are American companies allowed to poison us. And she was given examples of, you can pull it up on Instagram. She was given an example like French fries. And French fries in Europe have 3 ingredients in it. And French fries in the United States have 20 ingredients.
Yeah, but when you look at the label, it also says natural flavorings on the label in those other countries. What the hell are natural flavorings? So at the end of the day, it's all bullshit. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. You can't tell me for 1 second that you're putting a French fry into a bag and putting it in the freezer and it's going to be good for 2 years, bro. That's bullshit. I don't believe it. It's impossible, man.
I know. I read when I was a chef, right? I learned that they take all the potatoes, like in Idaho, they grow all the potatoes, and they put them in these huge silos, and then they pump them full of nitrogen to keep it
Shelf life.
To increase the shelf life so the potatoes don't get bad before they ship them out.
Exactly, because a potato, if you put it in a shipping container and it's in there for 24 hours, bro,
yeah,
them shits is gonna start cooking.
I'm sure.
So I don't. Yeah, man. Food safety in America is a big deal. I believe it. I understand it. I'm terrified. There's a huge. I don't know if you've been hearing about this, but there's like all the ports are about to close down because the workers are about to go on strike.
Yeah, I was following that story
on the
about
East Coast.
The what do they call longshoremen?
Yeah, the longshoremen. They're all the people who operate the cranes that pull the
containers
off of the ship.
Right.
They're like, yo, if y'all don't pay us right or whatever deal that they're trying to restructure. And I heard that it's because that's like a union type of thing, and not even type of thing. That it's a union,
right?
And so it's traveling all the way to the West Coast, and I can imagine what kind of problems this is going to cause for the grocery stores, for all the shit is just like during COVID when no one could you couldn't move anything. So this is crazy, man. It's crazy, bro.
Yeah, well, they need to do something to step in and solve that issue, because that's you think we have inflation now, we're gonna have a much worse inflation, and we're gonna have we're gonna be, unless you're buying American products, all of a sudden everybody's gonna be running to the store buying 20
You can't buy American products because China and Japan owns all the farmland in America now. So like they grow all the food and ship it to Japan.
Yeah.
And we don't even, that's why we have a food shortage. Like I could keep going. Like
I get
the food
it.
thing,
Totally...
40 years ago, Americans were growing like some crazy amount, like 40 to 50% of their food, bro.
Right.
Every average American. What is that today? 1%. That's gross, bro. And the fact that like in Florida, you're supposed to register your garden with the state.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
Because they're gonna come in there and they want to make sure that you're genetically spraying shit and you're not passing diseases and.
Oh, I guess they think maybe you're gonna sell it. I mean, if you're not selling it, you still have to register your garden.
From the way that it reads, everyone who has a garden bed in their backyard that is growing needs to register it with the state of Florida.
That's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
That's crazy. I do know that DeSantis is not approving any foreign companies from purchasing any more farmland in Florida. So I know that they passed a law on that.
Yeah, and I know a bunch of states have done it.
Yeah.
A bunch of states.
Yeah.
Indiana, because the one guy,
Iowa too.
The Indiana guy, he put it all together. We talked about it on a podcast. He said, why are this company buying all the farmland and it's all above the aquifers? So it's above all the fresh water that Indiana has. And they literally own like a whole bunch of it. And so he presented it to the board or whatever, and they put a stop to it, so they couldn't keep buying more land. But yeah, this tragic, man.
I mean, I was reading a whole thing where some companies like produce chicken in the U.S. and then instead of having like the slaughter, they slaughter
we talk
it.
about this all the time.
Yeah, they ship it to China and then ship it back. I mean, I don't want that.
The packaging is insane.
And I saw this whole thing about Whole Foods now that you got to check all the packages in Whole Foods.
We
and other.
on this
I know, but I'm just saying, like, food safety is becoming a huge issue now. And
it's insane, man. Like I look at the back of my packages all the time. I am definitely a label reader. My grandmother instilled that into me, though. Like,
the least amount of stuff is the best stuff.
Yep.
Exactly. The least amount of ingredients. But yeah, check out this lady's website, foodbabe.com. I was watching her testify before Congress. I was a little shocked.
Speaking of Congress, did you hear Kamala talk about her opportunity economy?
Yeah, but she doesn't give any specific information.
That's what I was thinking too, man. I'm like, okay, yeah, every middle-class American deserves an opportunity to generate wealth. Like, what? That you presented no solution again to the middle class that is running America.
No, and they want to increase taxes to corporations, which is going to chase companies back out of the United States.
She didn't talk about anything about that, about the opportunity economy. We're
No,
talking about the opportunity.
I understand
economy.
that, but that was part of her opportunity economy was taxing the.
She didn't
big
say nothing
companies.
about taxes, bro. I watched the whole thing. She was
Okay.
talking about making jobs in America, manufacturing in America again, which is all fine and dandy. That's true, right? That's very true. This $25,000 tax credit to start a business, like what is a tax credit? And if you ain't giving me $25,000 to start the business, what does that even mean? I don't understand. Like,
Yeah,
how the hell? Where are we gonna get the money to start the business to get the relief from the $25,000 that we make off the business?
Yeah, and
you make no sense. That makes no sense.
Yeah, tax credits don't make sense because usually, like any tax credit you get requires you to spend money.
Exactly.
And then you get a tax credit back, but that doesn't do anything if you're like an S corp if you're an S corp or you're a sole proprietor. You're not going to get any money back because you still have to pay income tax, right? So they're talking about business tax. Business tax is only off if you have a C corp.
A small business generating $25,000 in revenue just off its first year, like that's a big feat. Like that's not something to laugh at. I feel like, right? Like a small business that made $25,000 profit.
Oh, profit. Well, you
know
got to
what
be
I'm
doing
saying?
about 50 to 100 grand in sales.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I meant. Not just 25 grand. Like so that they're able to even access this $25,000 tax credit.
Right.
Most businesses aren't even going to get there.
Right. Exactly.
So what are you doing? That shit makes zero sense to me. So I mean I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong and maybe I need to be more educated on what she's talking about.
It doesn't make sense because unless you're putting money, unless you're providing like financing for businesses. Well,
Right.
When the other person who was President Trump, him and Tim Scott, the senator.
We're not talking about that.
I understand that, but I'm saying they created these opportunities.
I didn't get no opportunity zone.
Okay.
I didn't see no opportunity zone.
Well, it wasn't-
you can throw that out and
They
put it
actually
in the
have it in
dumpster.
Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, sure. Go over there and see what the opportunity zone looks like.
Well, I'm not sure what the
Exactly, it's
opportunity zone-
bullshit, and you got the qualifications to get approved for it is ridiculous.
Okay. Well, that's the problem.
Yeah,
When the
so
government
don't make it seem like they did this great
I'm not
grandeur
saying
thing, bro.
It helped some people,
Sure.
not everybody.
It helped people who were in. They had an in.
Right.
If you don't have an in, you ain't getting in.
Okay.
So yeah, that opportunity zone is. Yeah, no, thank you. I'll move forward. So yeah, I don't know what the hell to do with that, but good luck. I hope to hear that you have some, because I don't want to vote for Donald Trump. I'm just saying it out loud. I don't want to, but yeah. Did you see Marvel is accused of using AI for their latest movie poster?
Wow. That's crazy.
The dude who's going to be playing Sentry in Thunderbolts,
Yeah.
which is I'm really excited for because it's one of the newer,
Characters.
not newer. No, it's not. Thunderbolts is like a Avengers type thing. There's a bunch of guys in there. But yeah, it's one of the newer comic books that I actually kind of remember reading. So I hope they don't mess that up. It's the one. There's some good characters in there. I think it's going to be good. But I thought that was nuts to see the guy have 6 fingers. You know, and the fact that it's Marvel, like, bro, you're Marvel. Pay your artist to draw you a movie poster. I don't know, man. Like Marvel was like the peak of like comic books and creativeness when I was a kid. So like to think that y'all are getting so lazy to just, yeah, that sucks, man. I feel bad for the future, for the youth.
I mean, I just see like a lot of things happening now where I'm reading about how AI is reducing employees at different companies.
It is.
Things like that. And it's kind of wacky. You know,
I mean, it's gonna happen. I mean, I think a lot of people are very naive. People who are like super comfortable in their like day-to-day data entry job, their customer service job, their their content creation job, the shit that, the yawning on the podcast job. Yeah, those types of gigs, man, like they're gonna be gone. And I think that people
can still yawn on podcasts.
They get complacent and
well, it's not
so
that. I think business owners get
it is that people get complacent in their jobs and they think that they're not replaceable and they'll be there forever. That shit happens to everyone. No, lots of people.
Yeah, but the thing is, I talk to business owners, right? So I talk to business owners and I'm like, well, how do you guys do this? Or how do you guys do that? And, I was talking to somebody the other day and they were like, yeah, we fired all the people that worked on their social media, their video editing, their website, except one guy for their website. The rest of the people, they canned them all.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
And I was like, why'd you guys do that? And they said, oh, we did that because we just decided we outsourced it to some like this company and they do it for less than half the price of what we were paying like 4 employees. So they got rid of 4 employees.
That's terrible.
They got rid of 4 employees. They said it was either that or they were going to go out of business. They said they were spending a lot of money on employees. I mean, I see it all the time, every place. I mean, listen, you go into restaurants today, you go into a retail store, tons of places are completely understaffed.
Yeah.
I mean, you walk into a huge store, like I was in the mall the other day to see my son who works in the mall when Rebecca was here. And when we were walking by one of the big stores in there, they had like a bunch of the gates down. And I said, wonder why they have all these gates down, right? Because they used to have like multiple entrances to get in one of these, I don't want to say who it is, but a very large store in the Sawgrass. And my son said, yeah, he goes, they don't have enough.
Dude, we're not going to get in trouble for saying it's Adidas.
Whatever, it's Forever 21.
Adidas had a bunch of, the other day I took something back from my daughter and I was like trying to get out and I kept walking into the door and shit. I'm like, why is this blocked off like this? But it's because they don't have nobody to work there.
Yeah, so they have the gates pulled down. They used to have all these gates where people could go in and out of the store.
That stop theft.
And well, that's what it's for. But he said, oh, they don't have enough employees to watch the doors anymore, so that's what they had to do.
Yeah,
and just have one in and out of the
they had
the store.
Police every store you go to. It's almost like they have their own like armed security guard.
Some of them do. I mean, listen, you go to
Nike does.
I'll tell you one thing.
Nike has a police officer outside of their door every time you walk in there.
Especially the shoe stores. I notice when they have a sale, they'll have definitely security outside and a line, and they only let a certain amount of people in the store at the same time.
Yeah.
And at my son's store, they do that PacSun during Christmas time. They have a limit on how many people they let in the store. Also,
it's always been like that.
And but now it's like more. It's like
I mean, besides like on whatever day
Black
that is,
Friday.
that was I did it one time in my life, but I didn't actually do it. Like I drove there and left and waited. I chilled in the car for a second.
Yeah.
Did my thing. And then I went in afterwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was the time for Tickle Me Elmo. And boy, when I tell you, people were getting their ass whooped in the parking lot. People were stealing shit. That was like
Walmart. They would have TVs on sale. People would be duking it out to get those TVs. I mean, but every place. Like I was at Costco, right? So there's a whole thing going on. Oh, Costco is now installing a thing at the front door. So they usually have like a greeter or two there. Mm-hmm. You have to show them your card. Now they're going to put a new entrance, and you have to scan your card before you can go inside. So
what is the person that's on Social Security who look forward to talk to somebody? That's the only time they see someone the whole week. What are they gonna do?
I don't know.
That's messed up, dude. Yeah. Listen,
I don't know if they're gonna.
AI has its job and has technology has a use, but you're talking about. That's jacked.
And I see now, like when you go to...
There's certain ladies, this one lady at BJ, she's so nice to us every time we go. Like, I'm going to be sad as hell if I go there one time and she's not there and I got to scan my card because there's a machine there instead of...
That's crazy, I know. But I don't know. When you leave
There's
there,
still gotta be a person.
there's dudes there people checking your thing.
Until the technology gets to the point where it sees what's in your cart and it can go like that instantly.
Right.
Then they won't need somebody there.
That's kind of hard to do at a Costco. People got stuff piled up in there.
I mean, for me, it's like X-rays. So, it doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal.
Probably they could tell by the.
I mean, for me, it'd be by weight of cart. Probably they could judge by that or some shit. I don't know. People are a lot smarter than me to figure that out.
No, so there's this company that I talked to one time. It's called Remote Eyes, and basically they install cameras in businesses like over a cash register to watch. It can watch like how many items got rung up, and then how many you put in your basket.
That's what I'm talking about.
So it knows, right? The camera knows. And then if it sees something that it doesn't like, it could send an alert, a text to the person or alert them, hey, there's a customer over here doing this or that, or even stealing. It watches people in the store, can watch the bartender to know like, oh, the bartender poured 4 drinks.
Yeah,
but
big
only
brother.
rang 3.
Sure, I get it. Man.
No, but I'm just saying it's kind of crazy. Like that technology's been around for a while. I mean, we have a couple clients that use it. It's pretty crazy, but it's watching. The other thing I was talking to somebody about was passwords. Passwords. Everybody wants to get rid of passwords. I have some websites now. I go to the website, even though I have the password saved in my password program. Now it wants me to log into my password program to get before I can even get the password out of my own password program. More people need to go to this like magic link thing where basically it sends a link to your email and then you click it and then you can access your stuff. I don't know. It's just the password thing is crazy about how many people are getting their passwords stolen. Websites.
I don't have a problem with it.
No, I mean, not me, but I'm just saying. There's just
most of the time, man. It's like the older generation because you guys have passwords 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's to your fucking bank. Sorry, I didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like. It's crazy. Yeah, people, passwords, it does get the 2-step verification and there's a lot of extraness that's happening right now.
I like the 2-step verification.
I do not like 2-step it's a love-hate relationship. It's a pain in the ass.
That's
for
sure.
What it is. So
definitely. Especially at work.
Or if you're like in a shitty area and your signal's bad and you can't. You're trying to take care of something. That happened to me not too long ago where like my phone wasn't allowing me to verify my face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't have my wallet, so I couldn't pay. So I didn't know what to do and shit. And I'm like freaking out in line. And then finally, like whatever, I wiped the shit and did all this and stood like this and was like this, and finally it went through and I was able to tap the thing. So yeah, I get it, man.
My face thing, like on my phone, for some reason when I change my glasses, it's like not working. I tried to redo it. Now it's just a password when I want to get on my Apple Pay or whatever. I just have to put in the password. Yeah, because if for some reason I can't, I went to the phone store, they tried to reset it. It won't reset because I changed to like bigger different glasses. Even though I rescanned everything and all that and reset it, it still didn't work. Yeah, that's crazy. But I was reading this other.
That's probably because you got the iPhone 15 and the new one just came out. So.
And I was watching this other program on Business News, and they were talking about like the biggest danger for 2 biggest dangers for scams right now is scanning QR codes.
Yeah.
And then taking you to bogus websites. And then the other thing is, like I sent you an email. Oh, is that email from Elegant Theme? Is that real or fake? And they were talking about all these people getting these email. Oh, I need to act. And then this just happened to somebody that I know, a vendor who we're trying to work with. And somebody sent somebody in their office an email. The person clicked on the email. They thought it was their website vendor or their host, right? in essence, it wasn't. It was a hacker. The hacker got in there and jacked up their whole website. And now
For
the
what?
website's got hot. The website basically got kind of hijacked.
What was the domain?
The domain that looked like it was from the person who works on their website.
No, I'm saying because usually when hackers attack someone, it's because they're like, there's a reason, like the URL is, there's a purpose.
Well, whatever. I don't know what the purpose was, but the person
They didn't ask for no money.
Yeah, they wanted money to fix the website. So the guy said no, he's not paying them, and now he can't fix the website, and they're going to probably have to rebuild the whole website.
Well, yeah, I mean, if he doesn't have a backup of his website.
Yeah, well, that's what I asked him. I said, "Don't you have a backup?" I said, I can give you Justin's phone number. You can help him, And then I didn't hear from him. He goes, "I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm not paying the person because they want like $100,000." He goes, "It's not going to cost $100,000 to make a new website."
What is the business?
I don't want to get into it. It's confidential.
But if how does he know it's not going to cost $100,000?
Well, he doesn't know. He just, he doesn't know. He's just like, doesn't
People
want to
speculate on, it's not going to cost $100,000. But yeah, I want to do some really technical, and I got some freaky ass shit going on.
It was basically like an informational site about their products. Just whatever.
I don't
the
know.
person went in and jacked up everything and, jacked everything up. And then they called GoDaddy and this and that, and they can't get the person locked out of the system. I don't know. They had to go change the password.
Should have called me.
Well, I told them, I said, you got to call somebody, a website person who can go in there. You got to reset. So they reset everything from GoDaddy, but they don't know. They don't think they don't know how to.
Whatever. Shame on you. I'm sorry to hear about that.
That's what I'm saying. You got to be so careful with like links and where they're going and check my mom sends me emails all day long, right?
Yeah, I know, man. You got to be careful. Bleacher Report said that the Brewers are going to the World Series, bro.
Okay. That'll be great.
They're going to beat the Mets and the Dodgers.
Okay.
So, yeah, man. I know you wanted to talk
a party.
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't want anyone around my house.
Okay.
Stay away from me.
Okay. What did I want to talk about?
No, I mean, we're running out of time, but the one thing that I wanted to talk about, we both kind of mentioned it, was the Google paying Character.ai $2.7 billion for their chatbot.
Yeah.
The backstory for that for me is that caught my attention was the guy's an ex-Googler.
Right. He was one of the first 100 employees at Google.
And he's like the godfather of AI. Like he's literally the guy that has, responsible for the large language models that we know today. And you never hear about these kind of dudes. His name is Noam Shazir.
Yeah.
48 years old, I think he said he was.
They hired him back now.
Yeah, he quit because Google wouldn't release his chatbot in 2021.
Right.
That is shame on Google.
Like I said, he started inventing it like in 2017.
Yeah, he had all kinds. This guy obviously is a super genius, and Google really wanted him back if they're going to partner with his company, $2.7 billion. And then on top of that, pay him. You know what I mean? So he's obviously very important person.
Yeah, his LinkedIn is changed now to Google.
Oh, no kidding?
Yeah, I went and looked at his LinkedIn. Yeah, it's changed already that he works for Google. I actually went on there and was pretty funny. I was trying to make it work on my phone. It didn't work, but it worked on my computer. You could was chatting with the Zohan. I love that movie.
Yeah.
And it talks back to you.
That's crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. I had, I wasn't much into it.
And you can make your own.
Remember we were talking real quick before we wrap it up? Did you remember we were talking about 3 Mile Island?
Yes.
The largest U.S. catastrophe related to nuclear.
Yeah.
They got an open date.
Right.
In 2028.
Wow. Yeah, I knew that. I heard they're going to start. They started rebuilding
crazy. No, 2028 is going to be open.
Right, but I'm saying they already started. They already started rebuilding it. The reactor, but
That
they're going to
blows
build
my
a
mind.
different type of reactor this time. It's going to be a different.
Yeah,
It's going to be a fusion reactor
It's like
versus
a-
what they had before.
the money that they're putting into that is crazy.
Well, they have to do something because we have to have alternative energy, and they found out real quick solar and wind is not going to do enough to power electric cars.
Solar would, but it's just because the infrastructure is not built for it.
Exactly, that's the problem.
But solar could definitely do it.
Well, it
But we
could.
know that it could do it.
The problem with a lot of the stuff that they're using is they haven't developed storage, right?
It's infrastructure. We don't need to go
Right.
into it. It's all infrastructure. But solar could definitely do it. Wind is not the answer.
Yes.
We don't have that. The water turbines, that's another one, but solar for sure. But yeah, man, renewable energy. I don't know about nuclear. Not a fan. Haven't you seen Three-Headed Fish? I mean, you just watched The Simpsons.
Yeah, younger people that don't know about the 3 Mile Island accident.
No, I don't remember that shit.
And they don't even remember like Chernobyl.
I remember Chernobyl just because of whatever. But yeah, man. So let us know your thoughts on the I'd love to hear about if you know more about the opportunity economy, something that I don't know. Drop your jewels on the 3 Mile Island thing. What you think of the brewers? That's what I really want to know.
Yeah, tell us what you think about safe food in America. Peace out.
Brewers.
Carpe diem. B2B Vault.